Chosen one, hear this divine truth. Your time of struggle is over. What you have been waiting for, longing for, and praying for has already been set in motion. It is not by your strength, not by your works, but by the hand of God that you are stepping into a season of unshakable abundance. This is a turning point in your life, a divine shift where all that was lacking is now being replaced with riches. The weight you once carried, the worries and fears that consumed your days, will no longer hold power over you. From now on, God has taken responsibility for your prosperity. No longer will you toil endlessly, for He has promised you rest in His provision. This is not a dream, not a hope, but a reality that you are about to live. The richness that is coming is not temporary or fleeting. It is eternal, grounded in the faithfulness of the Creator. As you embrace this truth, there is a knowing deep within you that God has already paved the way for you. You will not have to beg, chase, or manipulate. All you need to do is align yourself with His will, and His promises will manifest. Think of the ground being prepared for a harvest. That is what God is doing in your life. He has removed the barriers, and what was once impossible for you is now flowing effortlessly. You may not see the full picture yet, but I assure you that doors are opening, and blessings are already finding their way to you. Where others may have struggled to find their place, you will now walk in divine favor, destined for greatness, destined for abundance. Your path is set and the floodgates of heaven are being opened just for you. This is the season where God's provision meets your obedience, and the result is more than enough. No longer will you wonder when the breakthrough will come. It is here and it is abundant. The struggles you've faced have been a preparation for this moment, a time of refining that made you ready to handle the wealth, influence, and purpose that are being entrusted to you. The enemy tried to hold you back, to convince you that you were not worthy of such blessings. But now, in the name of God, that lie is being destroyed. You are chosen for this, and this is your time to rise. Every seed you've sown in faith is about to bear fruit, and the harvest will be beyond your expectations. Trust that God will provide every need, for His provision is not subject to human limitations. Even in the face of uncertainty, you are now walking in the certainty of divine alignment. The days of wondering if you will make it are over. From this moment forward, you will see how God brings everything into place for you. It's not just about money, it's about a complete transformation in your life. Health, relationships, purpose, these are all part of the overflow that God is bringing into your life. Your wealth is not for you alone, but a reflection of His glory, meant to be shared with the world around you. This abundance will serve a greater purpose, to expand His kingdom and to bring others to the light of His provision. God has chosen you to carry the mantle of prosperity, and it is not by your own doing, but by His grace. The riches that are coming will be a testament to His faithfulness and His ability to do the impossible in your life. Your wealth will speak volumes to the world, not just about the abundance of material things, but about the richness of a life surrendered to God. This is a season of divine overflow, and you will be a living witness to the miraculous provision that comes when you trust in Him fully. Your time of lack has ended. Your season of richness is beginning, and it will never end. God is pouring out His abundance on you forever. Chosen one, the transformation you are about to experience is not just about material wealth. It is the manifestation of divine purpose in every area of your life. From now on, everything will align with the prosperity that God has promised you. This is not a random blessing, it is a divine orchestration. God is not simply adding to your life, He is multiplying you. The lack you once experienced has been a distant memory, and what remains now is the fullness of His provision. You have been prepared for this, and now is the time for you to step into the abundance that has been set aside for you. It's time to move forward without hesitation, without fear. Every promise God has made to you will be fulfilled, not by your own effort, but by His faithfulness. You may not yet fully understand the magnitude of what is unfolding, but know that your obedience is unlocking doors that were once closed. The wealth God is releasing to you is not just for your benefit, but for His glory and the purpose He has set for your life. As you embrace His provision, you will see how your life becomes a beacon of His power, drawing others to the truth of His abundant grace. This is about more than just finances. It's about stepping into the fullness of who you are called to be. You are a vessel of God's blessings, meant to carry His goodness and share it with the world. The old season of struggle is being replaced with a new season of freedom, and that freedom extends to every area of your life. Your relationships will flourish, your health will improve, and your purpose will become clear. The divine plan God has for you is unfolding, and you are in the perfect position to receive it all. Every area of lack will be turned into a testimony of God's goodness. The days of wondering how you will make it are over. You are now walking in the fullness of God's promise, and the abundance is already on its way to you. As you step into this season, don't be afraid to embrace the responsibility that comes with it. Divine wealth is not only about accumulating, but about expanding the kingdom of God. You are being entrusted with more than just material riches. You are being given the resources to help others, to build, to create, and to bring the light of God's love into places of darkness. As you walk in this abundance, you will notice how everything around you is being impacted by God's presence in your life. Now, I need you to do 3 things, chosen one. This is your moment to step further into alignment with God's plan. Hit that like button if you're ready to embrace your divine abundance. Make sure you subscribe to this channel so you don't miss out on the messages that will guide you forward in this journey. Drop 55 in the comments below. It's the number of covenant, new beginnings, and divine alignment. God is calling you to a life of abundance, and this is just the beginning. Stay with me, for there is more coming, and your life is about to change in ways you cannot yet imagine. Chosen one, the shift you're experiencing is one of divine acceleration. What took years for others to achieve will come to you swiftly, without effort or delay. This is not about you pushing harder or striving more. It's about God's hand upon your life, moving things forward at an unprecedented pace. You are no longer waiting for your breakthrough. It is already in motion. The doors you've prayed for are opening, and opportunities that once seemed far out of reach are now within your grasp. It's time to step into the fullness of your destiny. Your life will be marked by divine timing, and God's favor will propel you to heights that no human effort could have achieved. What once felt like an uphill battle will now feel like a smooth, effortless path. The wealth, influence, and purpose that God has promised you are being unlocked, and they will come to you at the perfect time. Trust that God's timing is not a matter of delay, but divine preparation. The season of waiting has ended, and the season of reaping is upon you. The harvest is not just for you to enjoy, it is to be shared. God is releasing to you not just enough to satisfy your needs, but more than enough so you can bless others. Your wealth will serve a greater purpose. You will be positioned to impact lives, support others, and build the kingdom of God. As you walk forward in this divine overflow, you will see that what once seemed impossible is now a reality. What the world calls lucky will be nothing more than the manifestation of God's unbreakable promises. Your success will not be a fluke, it will be a testimony to God's faithfulness. Your riches are the evidence of His power at work in your life. The favor that has been poured upon you is not by accident or coincidence. It is God's plan unfolding exactly as it should. You are walking in divine alignment with His purpose, and that alignment will bring you everything you need to fulfill your calling. Do not allow doubt or fear to cloud this moment. The enemy may try to bring confusion or mockery, but remember, what God has placed in your hands cannot be shaken. No weapon formed against you will prosper. You are stepping into a realm of spiritual and material richness that will last for eternity. This is not just a breakthrough. This is a lifestyle change, a life of continuous provision and divine favor. Trust in God's unwavering commitment to provide for you. He is not a man that He should lie, and His promises are yes and amen. Your wealth is not a temporary blessing, but a sign of His eternal covenant with you. You have been prepared for such a time as this. The trials and struggles you faced have strengthened you, made you resilient, and refined your character. You are now ready to receive everything that has been stored up for you. The breakthrough is here, and it is time for you to walk in the abundance that God has promised. Your steps are ordered, and as you move forward, the way will be made clear. You will not stumble, for God has already gone ahead of you. This is your moment to claim what is rightfully yours. Step into it boldly, knowing that God is your provider, and His provision is more than enough. Chosen one, As you step into the richness that God is pouring into your life, understand that it comes with a responsibility. This responsibility is not a burden, it is a privilege. You have been chosen to steward the abundance that God is giving you. Your wealth is not just for your enjoyment, it is a tool to fulfill the greater purpose that God has for you. You are being entrusted with resources to build, to support, to uplift, and to expand His kingdom. As you walk in this divine wealth, know that it is meant to have an impact far beyond your own life. God has placed His favor on you so that you can be a blessing to others. The wealth you are about to experience is not a destination. It is a journey that will shape every area of your life. It will touch your relationships, your career, your health, and your sense of purpose. As you embrace God's provision, you will find that every area of your life flourishes. The abundance God is bringing to you will not only be seen in your finances, but in your peace, your joy, and your strength. This is a complete transformation, one that brings wholeness to every part of who you are. The richness that is being poured into your life will elevate you in every way. You will no longer live in lack, but in the fullness of God's blessings. This abundance is not for you to hoard, but to share. God is calling you to use your wealth and influence to bring light to the darkness. As you walk in this new reality, you will see how your prosperity becomes a beacon for others, guiding them toward the same divine provision you are experiencing. Your life will become a testimony to the goodness of God, and as others witness your transformation, they will be inspired to walk in the same faith that you have. Your wealth is not just a gift, it is a ministry. It is a way for you to demonstrate God's love and faithfulness to the world around you. Know this, chosen one, the more you give, the more you will receive. This is the divine principle of abundance that God has established for you. You are not called to live in a state of scarcity, but in the overflow of His goodness. As you generously share the resources God has given you, you will see His hand continue to pour blessings into your life. The more you align with His will, the more He will bless you. Your generosity will open the doors for even greater favor and provision to flow into your life. Trust that the more you step out in faith and give, the more God will bless you beyond measure. You are stepping into a season where your actions will be aligned with God's will, and as you walk in this alignment, you will see the evidence of His provision at every turn. Your obedience will open doors that no one can shut, and you will begin to see that everything you need to fulfill your purpose is already being provided for. As you take each step forward in faith, know that God is already in your future, preparing the way and ensuring that every need is met. You do not have to worry or strive. God has already made the provision. All you need to do is walk in faith, trusting that He will lead you every step of the way. As you move forward, remember that your wealth is not just for your own benefit, but for the glory of God. He has entrusted you with this abundance to be a reflection of His greatness. You are called to be a light in this world, and as you walk in His provision, your life will testify to His goodness. You are no longer just surviving, you are thriving. You are no longer waiting for the breakthrough, you are living in it. The richness that God is pouring into your life is a sign of His favor, and it is just the beginning of a new season that will last for eternity. Chosen one, as you continue to walk in the divine abundance that God has promised, know that this is not a fleeting moment. It is a lasting shift. The wealth and prosperity you are receiving are a part of your divine inheritance. This inheritance is not temporary or conditional. It is eternal. God has promised to provide for you not just for a season, but for your entire life. This is the fulfillment of His covenant with you, a promise that will never fail. You are now stepping into a reality where the provision of God is not just for today, but for all of your tomorrows. Every step you take from now on will be filled with His blessings, His favor, and His provision. Your life will no longer be marked by lack, but by abundance in every area. Financially, emotionally, and spiritually, you will see the hand of God move in ways that are beyond your understanding. The struggles and worries of the past will fade away, and what remains will be the joy and peace that come from knowing that God has taken responsibility for your prosperity. His provision will flow into every area of your life, touching your relationships, your health, and your purpose. No longer will you have to strive, for the blessings will follow you wherever you go. As you walk in faith, You will see that God is already going ahead of you, preparing the way and ensuring that every need is met. This season of abundance is not just for your enjoyment, but for the fulfillment of God's greater purpose in your life. The wealth you are receiving is meant to equip you to do the work that He has called you to. You are being positioned to make an impact in this world, to bless others, and to expand His kingdom. As you embrace this divine abundance, you will find that it has a ripple effect, touching the lives of those around you in ways you cannot yet imagine. Your prosperity will not just be for yourself, but for the benefit of others. You are being entrusted with resources to build, to support, and to uplift. Your wealth is a tool for God's work, and as you align with His will, you will see how He uses you to bring transformation. It's important to remember, chosen one, that God's provision is not just about what He gives you, but also about what He prepares in you. This abundance is the result of a deep inner transformation. You have been refined, tested, and strengthened for this moment. The challenges you have faced were not in vain. They have prepared you for the greatness you are about to step into. You are now ready to handle the blessings God is pouring into your life, because He has worked in you a character that can steward His wealth with wisdom and grace. Your heart has been made ready to handle the responsibility of divine prosperity. As you walk in this new season, there will be moments when the enemy tries to sow doubt, fear, or confusion. But I speak to you now. Do not let those voices sway you. What God has promised, He will deliver. Your abundance is secured, and no force on earth can take it away. The riches you are receiving are not just for you to enjoy, they are a testament to God's faithfulness. You are walking in divine favor, and that favor will never run dry. The blessings God has set aside for you are already finding their way to you, and they will continue to flow without interruption. This is your time to shine, to walk confidently in the fullness of His provision. God is not a man that He should lie. Every promise He has made to you will come to pass. Your wealth is a sign of His unwavering faithfulness, and it will never fade. As you align with God's purpose for your life, you will begin to see how everything falls into place. Opportunities that once seemed impossible will now be open to you, and the struggles that once hindered you will no longer have power over you. The curse of lack has been broken, and from this moment forward, you will walk in the freedom of God's abundance. No longer will you wonder if you will make it. God has already provided everything you need. The richness you are stepping into is not just a financial blessing. It is a reflection of the peace, joy, and security that comes from knowing that God is your provider. As you walk in the confidence of His provision, you will notice how your life begins to radiate His goodness. This divine wealth is not just about what you have, but about the transformation it brings to your heart, your spirit, and your relationships. God's abundance is holistic. It touches every part of your life and brings restoration. You will begin to see the fruits of this divine provision manifest in your relationships, your health, and your purpose. The abundance you are receiving will overflow into every area of your life. The life you once thought was out of reach is now your reality. The struggle is over. The doors of divine provision are open wide, and all you need to do is walk through them in faith. Trust that God is with you, guiding you, and providing for you every step of the way. The abundance you are receiving is the fruit of God's labor in your life, and it will continue to grow as you remain aligned with His will. Step boldly into the new season that God has prepared for you, knowing that He will continue to lead you into even greater levels of provision. Your time of lack is over, and your time of abundance has begun. Chosen one, this divine season of abundance is not just about receiving wealth, but about the fulfillment of your divine calling. The riches you are stepping into are not for selfish gain, but for the expansion of God's kingdom. You have been chosen, set apart for greatness, and now is the time for you to walk in the fullness of that calling. Every area of your life will be touched by His provision, your purpose, your relationships, and your capacity to impact the world. You are not just meant to survive, but to thrive and bring glory to God in everything you do. This wealth is a tool, a gift, that will empower you to fulfill the mission God has set before you. The fullness of your purpose is unfolding, and the resources to carry it out are already in your hands. As you embrace this divine calling, you will see how God uses your abundance to touch lives, You are a vessel of His grace, and through you, others will be drawn to His love and faithfulness. The wealth you are receiving is not just for personal enjoyment. It is a means to build, to invest in others, and to further His kingdom. This is the divine exchange. As you walk in God's abundance, you become a conduit for His blessings to flow through to those around you. Your life is meant to be a testimony to the world of the faithfulness of God, and as you step into this abundance, others will be drawn to the truth that has set you free. God is about to take you to places you never imagined. What once seemed out of reach is now yours for the taking. The opportunities before you are divinely orchestrated, and they will align perfectly with your purpose. God's hand is upon you, and He will continue to guide you toward new heights. Your dreams, once thought impossible, are now within your grasp. As you step out in faith, God will open doors that no one can close, and He will position you exactly where you need to be. Your faithfulness has prepared you for this moment, and now you are walking in the fullness of His promises. There will be those who question or doubt your success, but remember, chosen one, that your journey is not about their approval. What God has planned for you is bigger than their opinions, and no one can take away what He has promised. Your wealth and success are signs of His faithfulness and His ability to provide for those He has called. Let others doubt if they must, but you are walking in the certainty of God's provision. Your success is not based on human understanding, but on the divine favor that rests upon your life. As you walk boldly in the abundance God has set before you, you will silence every voice of opposition. This abundance is not just for you to hold on to, but to share. You are called to use your resources to bless others, to lift up those in need, and to be a beacon of light in a dark world. God's provision in your life is meant to be a reflection of His love and generosity. The more you give, the more you will receive, for God's kingdom operates on the principle of sowing and reaping. As you sow into the lives of others, you will reap a harvest that far exceeds your expectations. The more you use your abundance to serve His purposes, the more you will see His blessings multiply in your own life. This is the divine exchange. What you give to others will return to you in greater measure. The abundance you are receiving is a clear sign that God's favor is upon you. It is not just about what you have now, but about the wealth and prosperity that will continue to flow into your life. As you walk in obedience, the blessings will keep coming. God is not just blessing you for today, He is setting you up for a lifetime of abundance. The fullness of His promises will continue to manifest as you remain aligned with His will. Your financial breakthrough is just the beginning. The overflow of God's goodness will touch every part of your life, bringing healing, restoration, and purpose. As you walk in this divine abundance, remember that it is a privilege to serve. You are chosen to be a blessing to others, and through your obedience you will see God's kingdom expand. Your wealth is not just for you to enjoy, it is a tool for you to make a difference in the world. God has positioned you to be a light in the darkness, and as you walk in His provision, you will see how your life touches the lives of those around you. You are not just living for yourself, you are living for the greater purpose that God has set for you. This is the time to walk boldly, knowing that your abundance is a testimony to His faithfulness. Know that the wealth you are receiving is not just for now, it is for eternity. The abundance God is pouring into your life is a reflection of His eternal nature. As you walk in this abundance, you will experience peace, joy, and fulfillment in ways that you never thought possible. You will no longer struggle or worry, for God's provision is sure and unshakable. The days of lack are behind you, and you are stepping into the fullness of His promises. This is your time, and nothing will be able to stop the blessings that are coming your way. Chosen one, as you step further into this divine season of wealth and prosperity, remember that your journey is not just about receiving, but about embracing the fullness of God's purpose for your life. The abundance you are walking into is meant to reflect the character of God, His love, His grace, and His provision. This is not just about wealth in the material sense, but about a complete transformation of every area of your life. You are becoming the person God always intended for you to be, confident, secure, and fully aligned with His will. As you live in this abundance, your very presence will bring light and healing to those around you. Your wealth will be a testament to the faithfulness of God, and your life will become a reflection of His goodness. You may wonder how such a profound change can take place in your life. The answer is simple. You have aligned yourself with the divine plan that God has for you. The shift you are experiencing is the result of your obedience, your faith, and your trust in His promises. You are no longer bound by the limitations of the past, and the chains of lack have been broken. The riches you are stepping into are not by chance, but by divine design. This is God's perfect timing unfolding in your life, and everything you need is already in place. Your job now is to continue walking in faith, knowing that God will provide all that you need to fulfill the destiny He has set before you. Remember that as you receive these blessings, they are meant to be shared. God is not just blessing you for your own gain, but so that you can be a blessing to others. The wealth that is flowing into your life is not for selfish purposes. It is for the expansion of God's kingdom. As you live in alignment with His will, you will see how your abundance will impact the world around you. Your relationships, your career, your community, all will be touched by the overflow of God's provision in your life. The more you give, the more you will receive, for this is the law of abundance in God's kingdom. Your generosity will not only bless others, but it will unlock even greater blessings for you. Let me remind you once again, chosen one, this is not just a season of receiving, but a season of giving. God has positioned you to be a channel of His blessings, to be a vessel through which His goodness can flow into the lives of others. Your wealth is meant to have a ripple effect, touching lives far beyond your immediate circle. As you give, you will see that God will give back to you, pressed down, shaken together, and running over. The more you pour out, the more He will pour in. You are becoming a conduit of His grace, and as you do, you will experience a divine cycle of blessings that will never run dry. Now, before we continue, I want to encourage you to take a moment and engage in this divine alignment. Tap like if you're ready to walk boldly into this divine abundance. Make sure to subscribe so you don't miss the continued journey of God's provision. Leave a 55 in the comments. It signifies divine alignment and fresh beginnings, a covenant with God's promises that are coming to you now. As you step into the fullness of what God has for you, do not let fear or doubt hold you back. Trust that the doors of abundance are wide open, and you are walking into a future that is more glorious than you can imagine. The struggles of the past are gone, and the wealth of God's promises is yours to claim. Keep your eyes fixed on Him, and know that everything you need to fulfill His will is already provided. This is your season, chosen one, and the best is yet to come. Chosen one, now that you've entered into this divine abundance, understand that it is only the beginning of a new chapter in your life. This season is not just a momentary breakthrough, it is the start of a lifestyle of continuous blessing, favor, and provision. God has set you on a path of eternal richness, and as you walk in His promises, you will see that His faithfulness knows no end. Each step you take from now on will be filled with divine opportunities that will bring you closer to fulfilling your purpose on earth. The abundance that has been poured into your life will continue to overflow, touching every area of your existence and the world around you. As you continue on this path, keep in mind that the wealth you are receiving is not just for you, but for the kingdom of God. Your purpose is greater than personal success. It is about using the blessings God has entrusted to you to make an impact in the lives of others. The wealth, influence, and opportunities you now possess are meant to advance His purpose on earth. As you walk in obedience to His will, you will see how He uses your prosperity to touch hearts, transform lives, and change the course of destinies. You are a vessel of His grace, and He will continue to pour into you so that you can pour out to others. This new season of wealth is not about what you have, it's about who you are becoming in God. You are being transformed into a vessel that can carry His glory and reflect His light. The more you walk in alignment with His will, the more you will experience His presence in every area of your life. Your success will no longer be defined by worldly standards, but by your obedience to His call. As you continue to grow in faith, you will notice that the very things you once thought were impossible are now becoming part of your reality. This is the supernatural favor of God at work in your life, and it is only just beginning. You have been chosen for greatness, not because of anything you have done, but because of God's perfect plan for your life. His riches are not a result of your own effort, but of His divine grace. Your past struggles were merely preparation for the abundance you are now walking in. As you continue to trust God and align yourself with His purpose, you will see that His provision is limitless. The wealth that has been released to you is a reflection of His love, and it will continue to unfold in ways you never thought possible. Trust that the best is yet to come, and that every promise He has made will be fulfilled in your life. The journey you are on is one of divine favor, but it is also one of divine responsibility. As you walk in this abundance, know that God is entrusting you with His resources for a higher purpose. Your wealth is meant to be shared, not hoarded. The more you give, the more you will receive, and the more you sow, the more you will reap. This divine principle of abundance will continue to work in your life, bringing blessings that exceed your expectations. As you use your wealth to bless others, you will see how God continues to multiply it, bringing even greater favor into your life. Your prosperity will not just change your life, but the lives of everyone around you. Chosen one, the world will try to pull you in different directions, tempting you to focus solely on your material wealth or personal success. But remember, your wealth is not the goal. It is a tool to accomplish the greater purpose God has for you. Seek first the kingdom of God, and all these things will be added to you. Your wealth is meant to be used for His glory, and as you focus on His kingdom, you will see how He continues to provide for every need. The world may offer temporary solutions, but only God can provide the eternal abundance that will never run dry. Keep your eyes on Him and trust that He will continue to bless you beyond measure. As you walk in divine abundance, keep in mind that this is a season of rest. You no longer need to strive or struggle. God has taken responsibility for your prosperity, and He will continue to provide everything you need to fulfill your purpose. The more you rest in His provision, the more you will see His blessings unfold in your life. Let go of the burden of worry and fear, and trust that God is with you every step of the way. His provision will never fail you, and His promises will never return void. You are walking in the certainty of His divine favor, and as you rest in His grace, you will experience peace beyond understanding. Finally, chosen one, understand that your wealth is not just a personal blessing. It is a declaration to the world that God is real, that His promises are true, and that He is a provider like no other. As you walk in His abundance, you are a living testimony to His faithfulness and His love. Your life will become a beacon of hope to those around you, drawing them to the truth of His provision. You are a witness to the miraculous power of God, and through your testimony, others will come to know His greatness. This is your time to shine, to walk boldly in the richness of God's promises, and to fulfill the divine calling He has placed upon your life. Chosen one, as you stand on the threshold of this new season, know that this is just the beginning of a lifelong journey into God's abundance. Everything you have prayed for, everything you have longed for, is coming to fruition. The years of waiting, the struggles, the tests, these were not in vain. They have prepared you to walk in the fullness of what God has promised you. This moment is a divine appointment, and it is your time to rise. The wealth, the favor, the purpose that is now being released into your life will continue to unfold as you remain faithful to God's call. This journey is not just about receiving riches. It is about fulfilling the divine purpose that God has placed on your life. Your wealth is a tool to advance the kingdom, to bring light to the dark, and to be a living testimony to God's goodness. As you walk in this divine abundance, you will see how your life becomes a reflection of His love, His power, and His provision. The more you align with His will, the more you will experience His overflow. The abundance you are stepping into is not just for you, it is for those you will bless, impact, and lift up. You are a vessel of divine purpose. Now I want you to understand that this is not a moment of passive waiting, but a season of active faith. Your faith in God's promises is the key to unlocking the abundance that is already set before you. As you walk in obedience, you will see doors open that you never imagined possible. Your willingness to step out in faith and trust God will lead you to places of favor and influence. The wealth you are receiving is not for idle enjoyment, but for the active work of the kingdom. God is preparing you to fulfill a purpose much greater than your own dreams. Every breakthrough, every miracle, every blessing is a sign of God's unshakable faithfulness. The struggles of your past will serve as testimonies of His power, and you will see that His hand has been with you every step of the way. His provision will continue to overflow, and you will live in constant assurance that every need will be met. The enemy may try to stir up doubt, but you stand firm in the truth that God has already provided everything you need to fulfill His purpose in your life. No weapon formed against you will prosper. In this season of abundance, remember that you are not walking alone. God is with you and His favor is upon you. Every step you take is guided by His hand, and every door that opens is a result of His perfect timing. As you continue to move forward, you will see that He is already making a way for you, ensuring that every step aligns with His divine will. Trust in His plan, for it is perfect, and His provision is more than enough. You are now living in the certainty of His promises, and your future is secure in His hands. This is a time for boldness, chosen one. Step forward with confidence, knowing that God has already gone before you. You are equipped for every task, prepared for every opportunity, and anointed for every challenge that lies ahead. The abundance that is flowing into your life is not a one-time blessing, but an eternal reality. As you step into this season of divine overflow, know that God's provision will never run dry. Your trust in Him will continue to unlock greater levels of favor, and you will see how everything you need will be provided in perfect timing. This season of prosperity is not just about material wealth, but about a complete transformation in your life. God is making you whole, restoring everything that was lost, and bringing you into alignment with His divine purpose. Your health, relationships, finances, and spirit are all being restored and enriched by His hand. You are being prepared to walk in the fullness of His plan, and nothing can stand in your way. Every step forward will bring you closer to fulfilling the destiny God has designed for you. Now, as we come to the close of this message, I want you to remember this. You are chosen for greatness. You are walking in the blessings that God has prepared for you, and this is only the beginning. Your life will be marked by abundance, favor, and purpose. Continue to trust, continue to believe, and continue to walk in alignment with His will. The fullness of His promises is yours, and nothing can take it away. You are walking in the richness of God's provision, and His blessings will continue to flow into your life for eternity.